Hello. Good morning. If it's morning, I have no idea when it is for you. It's morning for us. It is Saturday as well. My name is Rich. I use the he, him pronouns. You're watching my YouTube channel where I play amazing tabletop role playing games. And maybe you're not on the YouTube channel because you're listening to the audio all in, all the AP, all the time for the open hearth. And if so, welcome. It is, as I have already said, Saturday. It means it's Star Wars Saturday. It's hard for me to say. We are kicking off a new quarterly that I will use to end 2025, and it is a game that means a lot to me because long time ago, 2017, I decided to do this thing called Star Wars Saturdays, where every Saturday most every Saturday, sometimes I do take holidays, I would run a different tabletop RPG, an indie game, a small press game, an OSR game, and hack or reskin it into Star Wars. And I made a decision that I would never run within Star Wars Saturdays an official Star Wars tabletop RPG because I'm just recalcitrant in that way. And back when I first did this, the first game I ran was Star Wars World. This PBTA hack for Star Wars is pretty brilliant. Love it. But I decided I had been running several times some runs, a series of one percenters, which is a game from Creepy Doll Studios that I quite like, and it's very. If you've ever seen Sons of Anarchy or Mayans, I think, which is the spinoff, it's very much that. It is about a biker gang who commit crimes, but also the authority or the police or whomever are the authority aren't great either. And the bike gang does things, but also they are a bit of a kind of community and they care about their folks. And it's a great TV show series and a really, really fun RPG. And I decided, hey, why don't I take this chocolate and this peanut butter and make some Reese's cup? And I very lightly hacked one percenters to create Swoop Gangs. And I ran that very early in the Star Wars Saturdays milieu. I was so excited about that system that it inspired me to go and make my own RPG, which I released. Hit the streets, defend the block. You can get it at Drive Through RPG, or it's fun. It's a supers game. It's a street level supers game. Notice I didn't say superheroes, but that's the whole ad. That's the whole ad for Hit the Streets. Going to go right back to Swoop Gangs. So Swoop Gangs was this game that I've run for a while, usually once or twice a year within our Star Wars Saturdays milieu. And then a few years ago, 3 years ago or so, I played this incredible game called Nawal by Miguel Angel Espinosa about Mexicans who hunt angels, and it is wild. But within Nawal, which by the way, totally check it out, it's an incredible game, they have Shangaro, where the pack runs a business. And I'm like, oh my goodness, this is so cool. So I said, Greg, this is so cool. And Greg Gelder, who's among us, said, I agree. Let me do a great deal of work to make this into that. And so the Shangaros have become your cover business. And so that is a thing that has been bolted onto Swoop Gangs with a light amount of mechanics to try to work those subsystems to tie into the main core system for your Swoop Bikers or SBs, which are the characters that you play. And then this time, this iteration, as we're coming into near the end of 2025, I'm like, I haven't run swoop bikes in a while. Why don't I run swoop gangs? So I decided to do that. But then I decided to add a new thing, which is what we'll be doing shortly, where we'll do some world creation. And no, there's so many things, there's so many steps. It's like kind of like I'm lazy in that you guys have to do all the work, but it's also like I had to do a lot of work for you to do the work. So I don't know what that means. Um, but luckily, I have an incredible group of friends and gamers here to play with me who I know will shoulder the burden that I will spin off of. So we've gone through character creation, just the creation of the swoop bikers, and they chose some swoop bikes. They have some really cool pics. Sorry you can't see that on the YouTube. Maybe we'll do screen share. I don't know. So let's go around the horn. And what we're going to do is we're going to go around the horn, have folks just introduce themselves, and then we'll circle back around. We'll do a snake order and have folks introduce their swoop bikers. That way we get to know who you are first, and then we get to know who you're playing next. And then from there, we'll talk about a bunch of other world building, character creation stuff. I'm going to start from the left hand side of the character keeper because Steven like snuck in and started working on his character super early. So Steven should go first. Steven, if you could introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Steven. My pronouns are he, him. And, I love Star Wars. I love Star Wars Saturdays, and I've been playing for a while. And yay.
Yay. Next up, Greg, please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Greg, he, him pronouns. I once upon a time when the Open Hearth had a different name and a different podcast and a different something, Rich talked about running Swoop Gangs and is largely responsible for why I joined this community. So I'm very excited to play it again.
Hey, I
Yep.
never do that. That's so awesome. Now I'm gonna like hound you in DM to figure out what the podcast and all that stuff was, because Greg has an incredible voice and really needs to do more podcasts. I need you in my ear holes more
Okay.
frequently, Greg. Then let's skip on further to the right. Mark, if you could introduce yourself.
That's me. I'm Mark. I go by he and them, and similar vintage of playing Star Wars Saturdays and open house stuff, and also need to do more podcasts.
You do, although you are doing a podcast on the Open Hearth
That's true.
network
I
now,
am. But
which is,
more.
are you enjoying that? Like, is that
Yeah,
fun?
yeah. I love it.
Good, good. I'm really happy to hear that. That's awesome. I love anytime Lowell has new stuff coming out. When he said he was doing it with you, I was very excited. Next up, we have Kay.
Hello, I'm Kay of the She and They variety, and everything I know about Star Wars is Rich's fault. So if anything I say is wrong or inaccurate, it's because it's Rich's, and Rich should take full responsibility for that.
It's okay.
Uh,
It's okay.
but yeah, no, I literally wandered up to a game that Rich was running years ago when this place went by a different name, and I was like, "Hey, this theme sounds cool, but I've never seen these movies or know anything about this. Can I join?"
And I
And Rich
said,
was
what?
like, yeah, and Rich was like, sure, I guess. And now I've played enough Star Wars to comprehensively talk about it with people who are like fandom of Star Wars, having really no understanding of the actual media at all.
I love that all of your Star Wars Ken is created by this group. It's just wild. And last, but certainly not least, is our friend across the pond, Andesh.
Yeah, there's he, him. Yeah, uh, I'm, yeah, blah, blah, blah. One of the Star Wars Saturdays games was the first game I played on the Open Heart, though that was Hut Cartel and not One Percenters. So slightly different, but similar vibes.
I distinctly remember that because if I remember, your microphone was broken or something, and I'm like, I could barely hear him, but his character's so cool. I love this guy.
Yeah, I did have some mic troubles. I think it was a settings thing or
I don't know.
something.
You fixed it over time, and you sound lovely now. And I'm just so thankful that you're here. Andesh, you went last with self introduction. So now, if you could tell us about your swoop biker.
Yeah, my character is Fade. Uh, she's human. She's the vice president, um, and she's kind of sneaky, kind of smart. She's got a head on her, and she's more into making money than the whole building community stuff. Um, her expertises are bribery, smuggling, and conspiracy. So she's definitely been like I think I don't want to go jump too far ahead, but I think she was quite different from the president, and she like kind of handled that side of things. Um, but I don't know what's up with our president now. We'll see.
I don't either.
But yeah, that could lead to some tension that she's leaning into, like, oh, let's just make some money and not care so much about other things. Um, she's been arrested a bunch of times, never convicted, and almost never actually charged with anything. But she's been picked up because she's moving in these suspicious circles, and she's been doing suspicious things, but she's managed to get away with it.
I love that. That is so cool. Thank you very much, Nadesh. Fade, our vice president. Let's move across back to Kay. Please, Kay, tell us about your swoop biker.
Yeah, I am playing Techi Bosolon. He is a words. Uh, his green. He's got cool geometric tattoos. His nickname is Techie because you guessed it, he's gonna be our tech expert. He's very tools hog head. Uh, he's very much guy in the background or running the numbers kind of in the gang. He's our treasurer. He's got 45 charges, 49 arrests, zero convictions. Uh, his expertise is in slicing, which is like using computers and droids to do all kinds of stuff. Mechanics, so fixing up bikes, messing around with those, and blackmail, so essentially finding dirt on people to either get money or things like that. I think he vibes with the community thing quite a bit, but doesn't necessarily vibe as hard with all the actual physical violence. He's a little squeamish when it comes to that. But he's just
I
your techie.
I'm very excited to see this character in play with the incredible tools and hog and terrible jaw. Like, I don't know how you could pull that off, Kay. How can you be less charismatic? Like, you're gonna have to be bad at talking. I'd love to see you tackle this challenge.
Yeah, this is an RPG challenge for me. I will be bad at talking. We'll figure it out.
Awesome. Mark, you are up next. Tell us about your swoop biker.
Yes, I am playing Crash. Um, him and Crash is a Rhodian, and three charges. One just got into trouble once, and is joining a swoop gang, trying to join a swoop gang. I'm a prospect. I don't know. It'll probably be fine. I just like bikes, and these guys are cool. Seem cool.
Oh, I love it. I'm very excited. Crash is our little baby biker. Oh, this is gonna be so good. I can't wait. Oh, thank you, Mark. Bold choice. Bravo. Greg, you are up next.
I'm playing Sticks. Her Sticks smokes a lot of death sticks. That's how she got her name. Always got the death stick in her mouth. She's a loudmouth. She makes her feelings known. She's the sergeant at arms of the gang, so she's sort of the internal affairs officer. Takes it very seriously. Really feels that the rules within the gang need to be adhered to, and the rules outside the gang are total cesspit, and we don't give a shit about that. Um, really good with her hands. Really good with with tools, and she carries a light foil because she's probably getting arrested for throwing down and doing duels in the streets.
That's awesome for folks who are like, what are we talking about? Light foils are a creation of the Tapani Expanse, which is where we're playing. In the Tapani Expanse, which came out back in the 90s, created by West End Games, they decided to create their own subsetting within Star Wars where there are noble houses, and those noble houses often have duels with not lightsabers, but light foils, which are slightly depowered lightsabers, kind of. They're handed down. Through the noble houses, and I am so excited about the story of this light foil, which we will tell together. Last but certainly not least, Stephen, please tell us about your character.
I'm playing Wump. Wump is whose pronouns are he, him, and Wump is uh, a bastardization of his Wookiee name that no one can pronounce. He has a vocoder to help everyone else understand him.
Nice.
But a lot of times you'll hear like, he's missing an eye, so he has a cybernetic eye, and that's built into the vocoder and all of that. And you'll hear the growls and snips and all that kind of stuff, and then the vocoder will translate his voice. It's pretty good at, being able to detect sarcasm and that kind of stuff. Um, Mump isn't very complicated. He's just angry all the time, and so he's been. I need to check in. I know on our safeties tab we have slavery. Is it okay if Wump was a slave of the Empire? Does anyone have any objections?
None
Okay.
here.
So um basically he has a dozen charges or so. He's been arrested a few times, but he has two convictions, and those are pretty much from the Empire, and he did long stints. So he's the gang's enforcer. And he keeps everyone in line to make sure that we don't get caught and make sure that we follow the rules. And he's all about, you know, pounding on people and pounding on things to get them in the right place.
Excellent. This is a mighty fine gang. Very, very cool. What we're going to do now is we're going to do that world creation thing that I talked about. So, the setting of our swoop bike club and where all of you live and operate is a wholly made up planet, because if they can do that for every other Star Wars property, so can we. It is called Ashmorai. Ashmorai is a planet that sits technically within the House Calypsa province. However, it is right butted up against the border of what is considered the House Massetti or Macchetti. I don't care. If you say Macchetti, that's fine. House Massetti folks may pretend to be offended, but there are folks throughout the southern part of Massetti who call it Macchetti. I just made that up. And because it is a border world, there is an ongoing Cold War because of things that we will determine together. So I thought it would be fun if we did some world building for Ashmorai. We have an awesome map. It is just someone's version of the free city of Greyhawk that I've renamed. So think of that what you will. I think it looks cool. Oh, Ashmorai, a world of ash choked plains, jagged mesas, and smoke darkened cities. The Calypso run cuts through it like a vein of wealth, fought over by two noble houses, while the Empire lingers in the shadows. Smugglers, miners, and mercenaries carve out lives among the factories and hidden warrens, where danger and opportunity are never far apart. Secrets swirl like the ash on the wind, and every choice here carries weight. Ashmorai sits upon a crater lake. At the center of the lake rests a massive, shining crystal, upon top of which is a powerful building or object, or upon top of which a powerful building or object sits. What is this building or object? Uh, and I have a number of options. Do we want me to like narrate those out? Do you want to read them? Do folks have any particular they are super excited about, or are they inspired by something altogether different?
So I like the first and the last one.
The first is the Shard Forge, a gleaming factory built by the Techno Union during the Clone Wars, powered by the crystal's impossible energy. Its droid skeletons move within, endlessly rebuilding the same machines without purpose. You said the last one?
Yeah, I'll read that for you. So you
Yes.
don't have to, yeah, yeah. The Starfall core, what fell wasn't built, it crashed. A fragment of a superweapon or starship engine, half fused with the crystal. Some believe it's Sith in origin, others say it's something older waiting to wake again.
I like that one, or the Beacon of Calypso, where it's a communication spire, but the Sith one is strong. I like that.
The Beacon of Calypso. Did you want to read that one, Mark?
A grand communications spire erected by House Calypso to control traffic along the run. Its signals strong enough to reach distant systems. This crystal beneath hums unnaturally when the beacon activates.
Okay, so we have were any others who want to like throw out options that they were very excited by, or shall we narrow it down to those three?
I need to read.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
No, I think those are my three favorites as well.
Okay, so we have narrowed it down to the Shard Forge, the Beacon of Calypso, and the Starfall Core. I'm going to hide the other rows. And if we were to, we're just going to put numbers on the side. Does anyone want to? Do we want to do a vote, like ranks voting, or do we want to just talk it through? It's all new to me, so I'm stumbling and fumbling, but we'll work it out.
We can just talk it through. I'm good with any of
Yeah,
those.
I also am good with any of those.
yeah. I'd like to.
Kay hasn't spoken yet, so I'm
Yeah,
interested in Kay's thoughts.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I've just honestly been I was typing on the side just because
Oh.
Oh,
yeah, honestly there were a lot of really good options there. I think the first two that Stephen brought up are two of the ones that I also really liked. So of the three, I think my ranking is 3-1-2. As yeah, like I mentioned before, that first game it was called what is it? What's so cool about the dark side or something like that. So
Oh yeah.
if it mentions Sith, you probably have me hooked.
Let's do it.
But I'm
okay.
down
what
for like one or yeah.
what I'm thinking is that I mean, if you have a super weapon or something crashing there, won't that just be picked clean and looted? Like, what's going to be left of it is my thought.
That's a great question. Maybe it was picked clean and looted long, long, long ago, or maybe it has some kind of defenses, or
Mhm.
perhaps House
Maybe that's
Calypsis said, no, you
maybe that's
can't
what
touch it.
maybe that's what helped establish this city as the Pickers.
Ooh, that's cool.
That's interesting.
Because I'm asking because it's also like there are bridges and stuff going to it, so
Hmm.
obviously it's something that's kind of um, it's part of the city, not just something that's sitting in the lake. That's
Yeah, it's like built upon. I mean, if it's very, very old.
yeah, but it could be. I think that's that or the beacon are my favorites. I really like the Sith super weapon or whatever, like that option, because it means there can be some weird stuff there. We can have weird stuff like out in the city that's been looted from there. Um, there could be some local tech that's derived from this that's not used much elsewhere. We could come up with a lot of interesting things.
I like it. Excellent. So the Starfall core, aside from his position on the Calypso run, which makes Ashmorai, I'm sorry, aside from his position on the Calypso run, what makes Ashmorai valuable enough to both House Calypso and House Massetti that they would fight a decades long Cold War over her? And then I have a number of options. I couldn't stop.
Uh, I'll highlight a couple that are just interesting because of the kind of the group we have. Black Market Networks is interesting because we have a slicer. Um, Smuggling Nexus is interesting for crime. Um, and then yeah, I guess Espionage Networks is also interesting for the same reasons there. Like it's a resource that allows you to be nefarious.
Okay, were there any that you saw that drew your eye?
Um, I think of those, the Black Market Network seems fun.
Okay.
Uh, I like that. I think the smuggling nexus, I think I'd lean away from the espionage network just because I wish to be a special snowflake. And so there should not be too many other people who can do what I do. How dare they?
Were there any of the others that caught your eye, or did Greg hit
Um,
the ones that?
I think there was one, it was more so there was one that I was like, I don't want to do this one.
Ooh,
Uh,
what do you want to X out?
Mercenary recruitment was one I was not interested in, but otherwise, too many good options. I'm like, yeah, they're great. Okay, the ones you called out, yeah, heck yeah, those. I'm sure I'll get more opinionated when we hit to some of the later ones. These ones are pretty
Steven,
fresh.
were there any others that attracted you?
No, those were the ones that I had on my list that I was looking through. I like the idea of tying maybe these back into our first decision, which was were these people mining and getting stuff, and both Black Market Network and Smuggling Nexus tie into that. So I'm good with those.
Mhm. Yeah, I was looking at the mineral wealth or natural energy sources because of the like mining stuff out of the whatever that thing is. But I am flexible, so
The only reason I would suggest I like black market and smuggling above mineral wealth is there's like hooks for that.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
I can't believe no one chose industrial capacity. I had to throw out one that was like, pragmatic and boring.
I mean, it could have been if we'd gone with a like robot factory thing for
Right.
the core. It could have been interesting, but I like I black market or smuggling. I think those are the ones I'm most interested
What so the difference between black market and smuggling is that black market is that illicit stuff is available here. Smuggling is
Yes.
that here's where you go to move illicit stuff.
Yep. Yep. That is a great differentiation. Yeah. Black market means you guys will have access to a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff bought and sold. Smuggling means there's a lot of movement of traffic along the Calypso run.
I think I would go for black market over smuggling then.
That
Yeah,
makes
I'll
sense.
second Mark on that with Black Market.
in. It fits
Have to
better
use
with
it here.
ancient super weapon tech stuff as
Yep,
well.
exactly.
All right. Steven, since you volunteered to read before, you get to read now. Read the next question.
What is Ashmorai best known for across the Calypso run? And these are options like mercenary guilds or glasswork artisans or fuel additives. Um, does anyone have any preferences that they want to speak out?
Like outlaw radio.
Anders, Mark, what'd you say,
Reading.
Mark?
Outlaw radio is fun.
Oh yeah, okay. Since we have a
Plus,
duelist in the group, I would put out duelists.
Yep.
I did look at that one.
Yeah.
I do like that one a lot. I also like Starship fuel additives because of the crashed
Oh
Starship.
yeah, that's really good too. I like
Like
that.
there's something we're taking out and refining.
Yeah, yeah.
So
That
we
also
might be
fits in with
double
the black
dipping
market.
here, we might be double dipping here, but the sprawling underground marketplace is sort of a black market already.
Yeah.
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 So maybe we hide that one. That feels like a one that would too much. So we'll just hide that one. Cool. I see some X's. Were those from you, Kay? Oh yeah, you mentioned it in chat. Thank you.
Yeah.
Throwing stuff out there. Awesome. I'm going to hide mercenary guilds, glasswork artisans, and vibrant music and performance culture, as well as storytellers and stone carving craft. And we'll talk about. I think we could potentially have a couple on this one. I'm flexible enough if there are two that feel like they work and aren't overlapping.
I think my vote, if we can have two, is the middle two, the Starship fuel additives and the legendary duelists.
Same.
Sounds like a good idea to
I
me.
think those don't. Yeah, those don't overlap too much.
Greg, because I complimented your voice, I now want to hear it. If you could read the next question.
What natural feature defines life on Ashmorai? These are, some big picture stuff like ash seas, black mesas, wink, shifting magnetic storms, subterranean rivers. I just kind of read down a couple of them. Um, yeah, what are people's thoughts on like what lays just outside that city?
Oh, and they stepped away, so we'll may need
Yeah.
to revisit in a moment.
Do we want to take a break right now?
You know what? Let's take a break.
Yeah, that sounds
Hey, let's jump back into world creation. So we were talking about natural features. We have some marks on shifting magnetic storms, singing canyons, and shimmering auroras. Any others that folks were intrigued by?
I will say that the two that interested me were the Singing Canyons and the Subterranean Rivers as interesting places to get into a swoop chase.
Mm-hmm.
Mm, mm.
Thank you for thinking of that.
Yeah, singing canyons for a swoop chase would be super fun.
Oh, well, there's three people who said
Yeah,
that,
let's
so
do it.
that one's checked. Are there are there others like we want a secondary?
Kind of like the the Black Mesas.
Riddled with caves. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love it.
Okay, so Black Mesas and Singing Canyons are
Did we
our
have Black Mesa stuff in a recent, I mean, recent in the last year or so, Star Wars game?
probably.
I feel like.
I gotta
Yeah,
think
I'm
about
fine with
that.
going with something else in order not
No, I mean,
to.
it's still good. I'm a big fan of Black
Yeah.
Mesas, but
Mark, read us the next question.
how do the people of Ashmorai view the presence of the Empire? Hmm.
I'm very excited about this. Again, this doesn't have to be your, in fact, I would expect it is not your gang's opinion, but just if you were to stop a random person or eavesdrop in a cafe, this is how folks of Ashmorai descent might speak of or think of the Imperial presence. The Imperials, they're basically the cops here. And there are a number of different key phrases on their thoughts.
I like all of them except for the last two.
You don't like the fading shadow or the mask?
Ah, but they're all really good.
I threw G's on the one I'm interested in.
Nuisance is really funny.
I would say we probably nixed the last two just because Mark said they weren't
Yeah,
interested in
that's
them.
fine. Yeah,
We've got plenty of other interests.
yeah.
Okay, it looks like Shield and Opportunity. No one seems interested in those, so I'll hide those.
I like the resentment one with sabotage and stuff because it means that the Imperials are a bit. I feel like it makes them a bit unpredictable,
Yeah.
so that they can sometimes they lash out and like react to the provocations, and sometimes and you can have this sort of gray area between more local authorities and the Imperials. There's a bit more tension there. On the other hand, that could take away from the conflict between the houses. So I'm not sure. Maybe that is over egging it.
No, I like it because it keeps we're keeping the Imperials in check, right?
Mhm.
They're on the back foot and unpredictable. I like that. And probably if I had to pick a fourth, that would have been one of them. So I think that yeah. Let's go
So
with resentment.
resentment then?
But the crutch is also really cool because you have like a tension between like some people hate the Empire, some people may not like them but are still reliant on them. But on the other hand, I tend to prefer the Empire to just be evil. So
Yeah. Just so we're clear, it's evil.
yeah. Yeah,
It's
but I
just
mean,
what flavor of evil is it here? What's our localized evil?
yeah.
I am going to bring in Rank to this, our vice president gets to make the call here.
Well, I've resentment is the only one I have a stronger preference for, so I'll go with that. Doesn't no one seems to be mixing it, so
Resentment
No,
it
I like that one
is.
a lot.
Kay, if you could read us our sixth question.
Yeah. What is a custom or tradition unique to the Ashmorai people? Something like Topple Day, a festival where workers burn effigies for their oppressors in giant furnaces, or storm binding, a ritual where couples pledge themselves to one another during the height of a magnetic storm. Things that are only really happening on Ashmorai.
It looks like ash tattoos is the
Yeah, I feel like Ash Tattoos pretty
standout.
clearly has the
Ash
most
tattoos
favor here.
is a lot of love.
All right, well, let's just check that one right away.
I will say, as an American, Topple Day, just,
Yeah,
hey,
yeah.
burning an effigy. Like,
Then
Why
why is there not a G next to it? Put a G next to
I'm just as an option, it was a really good option. I love it. But Ash tattoos is great.
And
We can
before
have
we go to the last one, I want to reiterate, I love all these questions. They're very evocative.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I tend to steal things, but Rich, if you came up with all of these, they're amazing.
Thank you. I did not come up with all of them, but I stole a good number of them. But yeah, I'm glad I did a little bit of like narrowing and winnowing down, and I'm glad that they are evocative for you as well, because I was pretty excited to get this out. So what's our second one? Ash tattoos was checked right away. No arguments.
I want to toss out an idea that I had when I was looking through these. In the past, we've had rituals of joining, how to join the gang. And
Mm.
since we have a prospect, we might see that in, in this series. Do we want to make that, you know, is it that they get a special tattoo? Is it that they, do the moon promise or something like that? That's something we could lean towards.
Mm.
Hmm. Really good
Ooh, the moon
point.
promise is fun. Yeah.
yeah.
Or storm binding, are you married to the gang?
Ah.
Or the ash path, like you have to navigate the ash seas.
I would like to
Or they
go
could
the
be we
ash
could
path.
twist that the ash path to like the canyon, the singing canyons and
That would be better.
the
Yeah.
black mesas,
Yeah.
right? Like there's a run you have to
Oh,
Yeah.
do.
Yeah. 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 That's way
yes.
better. I just don't want to do any pirate shit.
Yes, I'm a little pirated out right now. Thank you very much. Okay, Ash Path then.
Yeah.
All right. So Ash Path and Ash tattoos and who has
Maybe
not read? Who has not read questions? Oh, what were you gonna say, Adesh?
maybe change the name of one of them just to not have ash ash, but that's a minor thing.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'll work
like
on that.
the Mesa path, the
Yeah.
Mm.
The Black Path?
Canyon.
Black path, the
Black
black path.
path.
Yeah.
The Black Path. That's
Ooh, that's
good.
good. I haven't read a question, so I will
Please
do
do.
that. Right. What secret about Ashmorai is whispered but not openly spoken? have some preferences here.
I
The
love
Ashby,
all of them. Like legitimately all of them. I-
the Ashbys conceal wreckage from an ancient Mandalorian war, and scavengers sometimes return with cursed technology. There are Sith relics hidden in temple ruins far from the cities. That one we kind of have already
True.
with the ancient super weapon thing.
I like all of them except for the last one. It's a little bit
Yeah,
midichlorian adjacent for me.
I'm not super fond of the first one either. Mine's dig too deep. It's a bit too.
Okay. There we go.
I think the one that's first now is that's my preference, but I've been talking a lot in this.
I see X is by Ashes conceal wreckage and Sith relics both seem to have a bit of heat. The Hut Khajiitic will just know
So
what.
if we go with Sith relics, that reinforces the choice that we had from the first one, which was a Sith fragment super weapon starship crashed.
Mhm.
Um, if we go with wreckage from an ancient Mandalorian war in the Ash Seas, it reinforces why this place is a
Mm,
black market.
yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
It has various entries. Maybe there's something about the place that causes these crashes.
Ooh.
The huts also enforce the black market aspect too, right? Like it's
Ah,
um but I agree that the like if the whole thing was this thing hit the crystal, the scavengers descended, they found more stuff in the ash seas. Like there's a lot, there's a story there that's building, and I like it a lot.
All right. So where do you guys want to end up?
And I like the ancient Mandalorian War.
Let's do that one, yeah.
Okay.
It also explains maybe that's why there's a Sith crash too.
Yeah.
and maybe we don't know, we don't have any idea what's a Mandalorian and what's a Sith, and
Yeah.
we just found wreckage and we're just, yeah.
Lovely. Excellent. Excellent work. I cannot wait to compile all this together to help shape our narrative. Now that we know more about our setting, let's talk about the next major decision that you need to make, which is what is your cover business? The options on offer are cantina. You own and operate a cantina, a bar, security contractors. As far as the local authorities are concerned, you keep people and places safe from thieves and stuff. A shipping warehouse. Your club moves and hauls freight in and out of the area. Excellent cover for smuggling. A swoop bike garage. Your crew builds and services swoop bikes. Probably repair an family speeder or the like as well. You're a staple in the community. Those are the four options for a cover business. I am interested in all of them from a playtest perspective.
I think the shipping warehouse ties us in most closely with the Sith artifacts and Mandalorian stuff.
Yeah, agree.
I have done Swoop Garage and Cantina, so I am interested in shipping warehouse or security contractors. But
Yeah.
yeah, shipping warehouse is what I was leaning towards.
My biggest interest is in Cantina and then shipping warehouse. The reason I lean towards Cantina is because I like the clientele. There seems more action there than in a warehouse.
Hmm.
Plus, yeah. Plus, I like a name for a cantina. I wanted to toss out the Emerald Crate Cantina because it's a take off the Green Dragon Inn.
Ah.
We could
So,
be Emerald Crate shipping.
Yeah, Emerald
yeah,
Crate shipping.
yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
So, have I heard from you, Kay? Did you say in the chat?
Yeah, I posted in chat. I think I like the garage because I'm playing like a slicer biker, things like that. I also love a cantina because I am a foodie at heart. Uh, the shipping, I think it makes logical sense. I do agree. I feel like it's not as perhaps interesting in terms of like NPCs. Not that it's not that they're not interesting. Like it's all interesting. It's all good. But comparatively, I think it has a little weaker. And then I'm not as, a character that's adverse to violence. I'm not that into contracts, although that could be a fun playoff to do. Like I'm in the security contract place. So like I'm happy with any of them.
I mean, the this is also the cover business, and
Yeah.
I mean, a garage could definitely be a cover business for trading in artifacts and that sort
But I
of
also want
thing.
to respect the fact that Greg was like, I've played these two already.
Yeah,
As someone
which
who frequently does that, so I'm like,
which two were those?
so I think how do we feel between shipping and contracts? I guess if everyone else is okay with that.
Shipping, yeah.
I'm definitely the least interested in security contractors.
Okay, so yeah, so are we good with shipping? Is everyone okay with that? Just I don't know. I'm the type of premium that has played this my friend's game. I've been playtesting it, and the amount of times I've run through like one thing that's always like the popular favorite. Like I'm like, oh God, I wish I could just like X card this one thing, but that would be bad for his playtest details. So I feel that vibe. So I want to be kind to Greg and be like, you've done these two. Let's give you something new. All right, so shipping.
Okay. I am hiding the Ashmore creation. I am hiding security contractors, cantina, and swoop bike garage. And you are owning and operating a shipping warehouse. And I think we can build out some things nearby. Maybe there's a cantina adjacent to the shipping warehouse and we get best of both worlds. Who knows? We will work that out. Let's talk about our. Do we want to do our regular, or is there any? Let me double check. Let me double check. Is there anything more we need to do before we dive into shipping warehouse? Okay, cool. Uh, regulars. A lot of people need things moved from one place to another. Some are more concerned about speed. Others care only to ask as few questions as possible. Choose 4 frequent customers from below, or, of course, create your own. Um, I'm now watching the text just in case, but are there any NPCs here that have a lot of heat for folks?
I like the Ugnaught, the droid, the gambler, and the crime boss.
I'm also gonna second the judge. I think that's fun.
I like the droid.
Yeah, the droid's also good.
Otherwise, I'm fine with all of the.
I really like the surly Ugnaught.
Yeah, then let's do that. If you really like that, let's give you
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you're muted, Stephen. Sorry.
Thank you very much. I'm going to suggest the human teen simply because that'll give us hooks into doing benefits for the neighborhood.
Mm,
I like all of these options. So yeah, let's go with the
yeah,
human
they're
team.
all really good.
I can't pick between my children. No.
That's funny. Excellent work. Your discretion starts at +1, and you have an expense track. And I'm going to say that your expense track is going to start at 2. There we go. Of note, there are duties. These are if we set a scene at the shipping warehouse and you don't know what your character's doing, you can look there and grab one of those. That's a thing you're doing. Wonderful. I think as I look, I did hide the Ashmorai creation and move all the choices that folks have made into Ashmorai. I will frame that up into a coherent, like, what do all these choices actually mean later. But for now, we have things started. We now know that the Starfall core is what sits at the middle of Ashmorai City, the free city of Ashmorai, which isn't very free. The last question is maybe not last. Which, if we were to take, I'm gonna display the picture so we can all look at the same thing. Blow this up, you see a map. It's not quite, it's too big. If we were to say the quadrants, basically 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, like the 4 quadrants. Where do you imagine? By the way, I was looking at this morning, and for the first time realized I think there's a slope. Do you guys
To
get
the
that, or am I just imagining it?
Oh, like it's a
imagine.
dome?
Like, no, there's a lake here, but this actually sits higher than any other point in the city. Is what it maybe it looks like to me. Although it could
Oh,
be
it's
the
like a
same
crater.
level. Yeah, like this is a crater, and then this is everything's built around the crater over many many years. Does that seem interesting, or is that just a thing that I saw in my head and had to say aloud?
Oh yeah, like the edge of the crater is raised. Is that what you
Yeah,
Yeah, I
like
mean?
was I was
this.
thinking almost the other way, like the
Oh, I see.
it
Yeah,
seemed
yeah, yeah.
like a crater, and then the middle part is like the like slightly raised.
Yeah, yeah. I like
Perfect.
this is cool. Yeah, this is definitely so from here you can see everything in Ashmorai, of
Mhm.
course, from the Starfall core. Which quadrant do you guys think your shipping warehouse is built in? There are what look like old keeps, ancient keeps that are still kept up. There are graveyards around. There's a weird bridge here and a cool. It seems like this feeds the lake, I would
I would say
imagine.
the upper right, since so my thinking
Yeah.
is the bottom is like the main shipping route, but we have this like river in the upper right, which might be, or the upper left, I guess, which might be good for discreetly getting things
This
out.
definitely seems like a very slow moving waterway,
Yeah,
but this could be pretty quick.
I
I mean
think
yeah,
the
I'm
the
highlighting
upper
the box. I think there's a building on that upper right that could be our warehouse.
yeah.
It's the 5 6 by 1 5.
Yep, yeah.
Cool.
I mean the rivers on the upper right and upper left, those are feeding the crater, right? And the one on the bottom is going out.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Which means with the now I'm doing too detailed an analysis of this probably, but considering how small those either like the river on the upper right is like really heavy flow, or that bottom river is incredibly shallow and slow. Because if you look at the like the amount of water coming in versus going out.
Mhm. Is or maybe that bridge is like a flow control dam.
Oh,
Gives
This
us lots of fun industrial stuff to play with.
Oh
It
yeah.
looks like there's like those four things at the bottom of that bridge
Mhm.
on the bottom there.
Like 4 openings or outlets or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that. It's not so much a river flowing out as it's just a
a gate.
body of water
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
flowing.
and that's the
Not
port control too, because that's how like
yeah,
the
yeah,
main shipping things get in and out. So it has to be like regulated.
exactly. Yeah. That's super
Or
cool.
being from upstate
So
New York, maybe it's a lock. Maybe this whole
yeah.
bottom
That's
part is a
what.
lock
Yeah.
that raises and lowers people out.
hmm So it
Mm.
keeps the water in the crater,
Yeah.
and it's not so much like river flowing outside as it's one part of a big canal system.
Yeah. So like they can like raise the water to the level of the water in the crater, and then when
hmm
it's time to go out to sea or whatever, they like lower it to sea level. And they flow out there.
Maybe that's something that actually happens in that sort of construction
Yeah,
bridge
yeah,
thing there. Like you say your ship comes in at the crater and then it's lowered inside there and then
yeah.
goes out on the other side.
Yeah, and there's those like
Interesting.
on the right hand side, there's three tanks. They could be part of the
Oh yeah.
pumps. Yeah, super cool all around.
It's good. You guys are seeing so much more. I really appreciate this. This is very helpful for me. I'm not great at.
I, I had a thought because we have a rival.
We do.
um, and at 4 5 by 5 2, there is a building right up against the crater, like in an advantageous position, right? Because I would love to be the underdog.
Mhm.
And maybe it's like an imperial or a hut or a house aligned, like they're
Big dogs.
the big dog, um, importer exporter, and they clear more illegal business than we do legal business.
Yeah,
Right there.
Yeah. It even looks like it's kind of built up like tiers in that
yeah.
corner.
I think it's been there for a long time, right?
Yeah.
And we
I
did we
also
talk about the a building for us in the like northeast corner or did
We
I?
did.
Yeah.
The shipping warehouse that had been suggested was 5 6 by 1 5. 5 6 by 1 5 would be right here.
Oh yeah. That makes it seem like we're up against that smaller river that's probably coming from the whatever the inland or something. So that's more like where they're digging up these artifacts and that sort of thing that we talked about.
Hmm.
Yeah. Maybe the Mandalorian or whatever it is wreck is somewhere off of this river is part of that,
hmm
wherever it wrecked. That's good. I like that a lot.
the two things that speak out to me. The first is it looks like there's a gladiatorial arena at 2 1 by 6 3 in the bottom left.
2 1 by 6 3.
Oh,
Yeah, I
that may
was. I wasn't
be.
sure if that was a gladiatorial arena or more like a circular ziggurat, but I think arena makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I was reading it as a dome as well, but
Mm.
arena makes more sense.
So I
That our
think
fighting pit?
that's so close to the entry. I think that's sort of like the fancy show where tourists and stuff go. If you want real street
Ooh.
fighting, we'll take care of it in the north for you, no problem.
Mm.
We'll just do it on the street. The other thing I see is around 1 by 3, there's this big like castle
Yeah.
architecture. And is
This
Yeah.
that like the Massini's or Calypso's or is that one of the houses? That's where they live?
it's definitely got to be one of the houses. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I think it would like. I think it's House Calypso because they're the ones that are technically in charge. And said he had such a large presence that would be weird, but then maybe not. I don't know. Which do you
An
think is more
embassy.
interesting?
It's either them or it's the Imperial Garrison or something.
Oh, dang.
So I see this area as being older and established with like the grounds around it. So that
Yeah.
speaks noble house to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, we need to find the noble garrison. That needs to be
Oh, and K threw it in the chat. There's a boarding school. I like that.
A
I like the idea
boarding.
that we have like a teenager and there's a boarding school, but that might just be the Monster Hearts in me.
So there's a boarding school somewhere near there. Maybe this is the
The
school.
4 2x2
Four.
looks
Oh
just
yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
Like
That just
sort
that
of
looks like an X
green.
mansion from above.
Yeah, yeah,
This.
yeah.
Yeah. This is what we're
No,
saying
the one closer to the
here.
yeah.
Okay, so are we going to say this is House Calypso? Let's solve this one first. I think this is House Calypso. This
Yeah,
is where
that
they're
yeah,
at.
I
like
think that
that.
one
Yeah.
then. Yeah.
Cool. Someone's already filling that out, and you're saying
Oh,
this
yeah.
is the X Mansion. That's great.
Yeah.
There are these weird like crystal roads with the crystal buildings
Uh huh.
around.
There are 8 of them.
Mm. Hmm.
So, do we think they are connected to the ancient Sith thing, or are they
It looks almost
religious?
like they are like they go into the side of the crater and they're like tunnels that connect to the central.
Ooh.
So, do you think they look powered of some type?
They
Are
Yeah.
they
do.
are they getting power or are they sending power? In other words, is there something there that needs to be contained?
Mm.
That's interesting.
That's a really good question.
Okay, this is I'm gonna throw this out there just because my brain is working on plot lines and stuff. All of those roads kind of connect to these little square boxes. Um, if this is a containment unit, then if those boxes get hurt or destroyed,
Uh-huh.
then all sorts of things go out of whack.
Yeah.
Yep.
Also of note is that if you follow the lines, they don't go to the center. They create like a walls around the center if you connected them all. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
They're all like offset like a centimeter on either side.
They don't really look like tunnels, even though I like that idea.
Or conduits or something. Yeah.
We get a
Look,
bit of a zoom in on 5 1 by 2 4.
5 1 by 2 4. This, I think that is the pick. I can actually, because I scooped all these out. Let me find that pick.
I like the idea of putting the Imperials right next to our rivals.
Yeah, that looks
Is that the
like an
garrison?
imperial place.
I
Yeah,
think that's the
I agree.
Imperial garrison right near our
Yeah,
rivals.
Yeah, just
Great
across the lake.
choice.
Yeah.
sure is.
yeah, and they're on like an island of their own. That's,
So they can
Do we call
easily deploy.
those
So I imagine this. They could land those like troop carriers kind of
Hmm.
things, and yeah, I love that.
So
some
I don't think we've talked yet about why there aren't spaceship ports here. And I'm going to suggest that the reason that there's a lot of water work and scoop bikes and swoop bikes and all that kind of stuff is because this Starfall core interrupts with hyperdrives and stuff like that. So they have to land outside the city and then be ferried in.
Yeah.
or maybe the main starport is in another city. This is more like a local trading hub that doesn't really
Hmm.
do off world.
Hmm.
I think both can be
Yeah.
true. Like they're because the this is the main.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
the downtownish kind of area, and they officially restrict space traffic over the city, but unofficially. And if you do it, it's going to mess with your hyperdrive. It may mess with your sublight engines or something along those lines.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I think that's really, really cool.
We should place the other noble house also, right?
we
Yeah,
should.
I agree.
So are they on like the other side of the city from House Calypsa, or are they nearby?
What about here? Do we like that as a? Oh, like because of Massetti, I saw is they're green and I saw green, but it's. Are there other
Yeah.
cool?
there's the one that's kind of north of there as well, the park with the building thing.
This one?
Yeah, but either works. I think.
Here's a blown up of that.
But that looks
I
more
like
like
that one.
a
Yeah.
temple.
It does look a little bit like a temple. The other that you were talking about, or that I mentioned, was this.
Yeah, that looks more like a castle mansion type thing to me, at least. I also saw there's like a football field between these two buildings. There's like a little open area a bit further south. Um,
Yeah, that white
the
rectangle.
empty rectangle at 4-6. I was thinking that was could also be like the local dueling thing, maybe, or
Mm.
maybe it's something else.
That's wild.
Like the big arena we looked at before is the fancy arena, and this is more the local.
This is a really blown up of it. So this would be a local dueling arena. This is where your like minor nobles come to publicly. So is dueling because I think in other settings we said dueling was frowned upon and semi-legal. Are we saying dueling is like out in the open here? This is a thing? Like people just duel. We have a dueling arena. This dueling happens a lot. I'm into that. I just want to make sure that I don't have a miscommunication or misunderstanding of what you're intending.
What
I
did
I'm not sure. That was just the thought I had when I saw it. I'm perfectly happy for it to be something else.
I like that idea. I also like the idea that that area could be like a big mineral harvesting point where like the stuff is happening to make the special fuel.
Mm.
Oh,
That
yeah.
could be that, or if we could see maybe 5-4 by 5-5 closer, that one also looks like could be interesting for that.
5-4 by 5-5.
Yeah, I like that there's a place that's dangerous because they're doing something very dangerous, but it's kind of like, I don't know, in a very badly zoned area.
This area? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, that was one of the ones that I was thinking possibly for like where they're doing the mining for the
This area? That's
we'll call
interesting. Yeah,
it.
that could totally be a mining area. And I think I've got that in
Like a
here.
mineral processing thing.
Yeah, like the mineral processing for the special fuels.
Mm.
It's also interesting because now it's really close to the Massetti place.
Mm-hmm.
So do they control it, or is it nearby, and that's a problem for them?
Mhm.
Oh yeah, you could buy this keep. Wait a second.
Where do we think where are we getting tattoos, fam?
Oh,
There's a tattoo shop.
I mean, in a
In the
city
in the
this
back.
big, there's got to be more than one place.
That's true. Oh wait, where are the singing canyons?
I would imagine they're like outside of.
Off map, that's valid.
Yeah.
for the things on the ring on the outside, do we want to call those core suppressors?
Nice.
That's a great
Yeah, that's
name.
cool.
Name that right now. That is perfect. We can change the name. I just was 6-3 by 4-4. Great. Oh, this is so
So I
good.
want to point out, a structure that's interesting to me. There's 3-5 by 1-3.
The purple thing?
I'm sorry, 3-5 on the top, and then 1-3. It's like a island with a moat around it.
Yeah. I'm
Can
sorry.
that
It's
be a
a purple
nightclub?
thing.
Okay,
Sick. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
it's a nightclub?
Oh,
Hell yeah, it
yeah.
is.
That sounds awesome. I think I did actually also think that was awesome, and I think I skipped it out. Where is it?
You did. It's on the list.
Okay.
But yeah, I
Okay.
feel like that's like a great like nightclub slash den of iniquity slash all of that kind of, where
Mhm.
we stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Great. We
Uh,
need we need a hive of scum and villainy, so that sounds fun. And it'll have to
something I
be purple coated, like the name of it has to be purple or royal
The
coated in some way.
violet something, the ultraviolet.
The ultraviolet. Oh, look at you.
Oh, the ultraviolet's good, especially because aren't we emerald? So like emerald and violet go together, so we can be
Yeah,
cheeky
yeah.
about that.
Love that Joker. Yeah.
What color goes terribly with purple?
Yellow.
That's its complementary color.
It's true.
Yeah,
Orange?
red
red,
and purple kind of clash
red and
with each
blues because they're right there. Um, for the not the tattoo place, but I had a thought because this would be kind of like a an old spot in town. The 44 by 61 is not where you get tattoos, but it's where the ink is made because it has all those pools,
Hell yeah.
like a salt farm. So that's
Mhm.
like the ash ink foundry.
This?
Yeah.
Oh, that's wild. Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, that's great. Great idea.
I'm gonna have to
Think of
get
Yeah, you already
tattoos from the
did. Look
characters
at
art.
you. Love it. This is so fun. I hope you guys are having fun. You're not
other. Yeah, yeah.
disappointed. Okay, good, good.
Yeah.
Um,
I just
I
realized
edited
that.
the Ashmorai features at the bottom there to run off of the checklist. So for future reference, you can just check and uncheck stuff, and it'll show up there
oh, neat.
if you want to use this one again.
I do. Thank you. Thank you very much. You're
I
you're
just
awesome.
realized that the if we want to go to the ultraviolet, there's one bridge unless we want to go through the Imperial Garrison.
Yeah.
Imperial Garrison, the Ultraviolet. Yeah. Or you swoop over buildings, which I would imagine would be frowned upon.
Yeah,
I
or
kind of
across
love
the
that
bridge.
because it's like the Imperial's way of trying to like put some control on like the seedier activity.
Mhm.
It's easy to for the House Calypso folks to make it over there, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just got a direct line like boom, boom, boom. I guess this is supposed to be cloud cover over top. That's why this is
Yeah.
a little
Yeah.
faded. I love that this is a school. What a wild little place for a school. It's great.
53 by 14 is like it's like across the river from us.
Yeah,
I'm
what
curious
is it?
what that is. I don't have any, I have no ideas, but it's something we should
It's
spell out because they
substantial.
we can see it.
Like
Yeah.
that's a compound of some kind.
Is that the local government, maybe? Like
Could be.
Oh, God, they're
Imperial?
right there.
Oh my Lord.
Is that like the courthouse and
The Port
we're
Authority or something? No, maybe not Port
I
Authority.
like
Or
the
the
courthouse because we have the
the,
judge
or
as
the
we
a
have the judge. I was gonna say the
Oh,
courthouse
the
could be fun.
courthouse. What?
Corsic.
Ooh.
Courthouse, prison.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh, you guys are right across from the prison.
Yeah, it makes it easy when we need to break someone out. I don't see the problem.
Okay.
Let's see. We
Great.
have so we've got a school courthouse. What was our other connecting people? We want something that's local to them. Who did we take for our shipping warehouse?
I like keeping the droid mysterious.
Okay, Droid Mysterious. I like that. Do we want to have something for the foreman?
Ooh. Is he in the ink business or is he in the ship fuel business or something else?
What are these? Just medians?
yeah.
So,
That's
Yeah, those look like
wild.
plant medians of plants in them.
That's great.
Yeah, there's a lot of really great detailing on this.
mhm.
I like that the foreman may work in that fuel mineral processing plant.
Yeah.
That
That's
works
why
for
they're
me.
so comfortable at our place because it's like right next door.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's a little ways away.
Oh no, I
Hmm.
was looking at something else.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I noticed that um this style of building is repeated here,
Yeah.
and I think that's interesting.
Hmm. This is like,
They're like twins.
Looks like the local building style, kind of. But yeah, it's interesting that they've exactly duplicated the other buildings across from the whole block. Basically, is duplicated
mhm.
there. So I think the map illustrator was a bit lazy.
No, no, no. There has to be a story to
Call him
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
it.
No, no,
Call him
no.
out.
I mean, we make the story now, but
This looks like the
So
slums. This looks like the slum area to me.
Yes, I agree.
yeah,
It's very, very ramshackle and
I think
haphazard.
Yeah.
those duplicate buildings are actually where we said the courthouse and the prison was. What if they had to build on an additional prison?
Hmm.
So that's what the
Oh,
second
mm,
building is.
Wait, just to be clear, I thought we were saying this was the courthouse, and so like this is the courthouse, this is the prison.
yeah.
well,
But that one is also a duplicate of
the other
one two
rotated. It's
spot.
just boop
Those
boop
Uh-huh.
two
boop.
rotators are the same as that one on top.
So they're
Yeah.
all government. This is basically the government facility
The
look.
government building
Ah,
shape.
I like that.
it's even worse. We're surrounded by the government facilities.
Yeah,
You guys are foolish.
yeah, but we're legitimate businessmen.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Like, so this is the actual legit government, and then here's the Imperial Garrison, and here's you right in the middle.
Yeah.
Yup.
Oh my
So
lord.
What
I have
better
a
place
thought
to
since we
hide?
kind of called out that section to the south of us as like, lower income housing. There's 6 3 by 3 5, that larger temple. Is there a more, I'm trying to think like from our Tapani sector lore, right? Is there a third party here, right? Like there's the two houses, there's
Is
the
it?
empire. Is there a more neutral, like goody
Hmm.
two
I
shoes?
was
Like
gonna
they're
say
legitimately doing,
Pelagia.
yeah.
Pelagia are the only mostly good
Pelagia
guys.
is the goody two shoes. And didn't Pelagia also used to have more space here before
Yeah.
shit? So that could
Yeah.
be like
So they're like a mission or like
yeah, Pelagian
The
charity
plot. Yeah, I
house
love
or
that.
like
Great.
Remnant.
remnant. Yeah,
yeah,
definitely on their
remnant.
back foot. Way
Yeah.
overwhelmed.
Yes. Yes, yes,
So
yes.
the
That's
around
good.
that
Yeah.
like canal sort of thing in front of the church, there's a bunch of buildings with colored roofs, different colored roofs. It's blue,
Yeah.
yellow, red.
These?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, that
exactly.
little line there. Yeah.
Hmm.
What do we think those are? Are those also like temples and churches? Like this is the church district,
Church
or
row? Are we a multi-theistic society, or is Ashmorai, does it have a bunch of churches? It's not really something that Star Wars has
That's where our
detailed to
cantina
me.
is.
Ooh,
I
this
don't
could
know.
be wouldn't it be
Oh,
hilarious if this is right near the red light district or the bar
yes,
run? You
yes,
do like a
Oh
yes,
tavern
yeah,
yes,
those
crawl,
are
yes,
nightclubs.
yes, yes.
nightclubs. Yes. Oh, that's so great.
These are like the
Yes.
seedier nightclubs and
Mhm.
like cantinas and bars and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like
Mm-hmm.
the fancy nightclub is like the ultraviolet.
Yeah, this is a bar crawl kind of pub crawl
Yeah,
kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pub crawl, pub crawl.
All right, sweet. I'm gonna stick that in there later. I'll just call this pub crawl so I can remember it, and I'll scoop out some stuff.
I don't necessarily have a space that I'd like for this, but something I think I'd like to see that could be fun, is somewhere that's just like spare parts land or like a bunch of scrap metal
Yeah.
or like
Oh.
bikey stuff that we could like mess around with.
Like a
Those guys.
junkyard?
oh,
Yeah, like a junkyard, yeah.
could that be like the square thing, the rectangle I pointed out before? Maybe that's like a scrap sorting place.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's the junkyard.
Oh, that could be good. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
feeling pretty solid. Is there anything that we feel like we don't have that we need?
So there's a feature here that I find interesting. If you look at the actual crater, there's a big round area, but there's one little peninsula on the right hand side that comes out.
Yeah, the like a pier,
Yeah.
That
Yeah, yeah. Why is that stand out all by itself?
like a dock of some kind.
I mean,
yeah,
the
you can
yacht
see the
club.
little
Maybe that's like the where the
Right next to the slums is the yacht club.
yeah, yeah. I mean, there's that wall there, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, have the super fancy place walled off right next to the slums. That's
oh my
how
God.
it works.
yeah.
I don't know if I block that off, but that is super interesting. So let's oh
Because the House Calypsa, they don't have from their like compound castle thing, they don't have direct access to the crater, and neither do what are they called?
Well, why
Massetti.
would they? I mean, they're not working the crater.
Yeah.
It's the
No, but
people that are working the crater.
yeah,
Yeah,
I meant for the fancy yacht club sort
yeah.
of. But maybe that's more like a upper class, upper middle class sort of thing, more than like the really fancy nobles.
hmm. Or maybe it's a thing that
So,
Massetti set up because it's right there.
Mm.
He's
Yeah,
and
doing
what
and
it
something
looks
like
like
there.
to me,
yeah, sorry,
it
go
looks
ahead.
like to me like the noble houses have to travel to get there, so they travel in style, like on carriages, swoop bike things, that look real fancy to get to this location. But all the people who actually work on the yachts are in the slums.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That makes
That's
sense.
great.
That makes sense.
And I think having the junkyard here in the slums is pretty great versus a dueling court. So I'm glad we switched that. That makes sense. And this is where all the processing happens. And that's the junkyard. And here's the slums. And here's the fancy. This is great.
Uh,
so we got these three bridges that go out to the crystal Sith thing. Are those part of the like the control structure, like those core suppressors? Are they just access? Because it seems like it would be easier to access by boat.
mm,
So my perspective is people are actually mining. I think we put caves and stuff in the description. So I think this is how the people get access to that area. And like at certain times of day, this will be packed with people coming in and out, and then they descend to start,
mm.
mining the core.
Oh, wow.
That's cool.
So the miners just come in here and then they go down and mine in. And maybe the water is also a coolant for any of the drill machines.
Mm.
Hmm.
Super
And
interesting.
I really have this evocative image of like not exactly a whistle, but a time period whenever everybody that whole walkway is just packed. But
Yeah, yeah.
wait 30 minutes and it's completely empty.
Mm.
Hmm. Shift change is
Yeah.
a big thing.
That's awesome. Okay. Um, boy, I couldn't imagine folks listening to this on the podcast feed. It was gotta be super boring for them, but this is amazing.
Uh,
Uh,
for our rivals, do we want to go with Calypso Charter
what do you mean by that?
for just the name for our rivals? Because right now
Mm.
they're the official group.
Oh, sure. The Calypso Charter. Okay. I had a few, but
Oh, you have some
The
ideas?
Calypso Charter.
Well, okay, so this is the part that's not entirely clear to me. With our rival, is it a rival legitimate business or is there a rival swoop gang? Are they the same or are they separate?
I think it's more fun if they are not a legitimate business,
Okay.
right? Because if they're a legitimate business, what you guys are doing is mean and bad, right? But if they are differently illegal, um, then yeah, then they are
then we can be slightly more superior to them because we're just smuggling ancient relics and they're smuggling spies. That's
Yeah,
worse.
they're the
So
bad guys.
Not
Gotcha.
bad.
Okay.
Yeah. I um let me ask this question. Are they effectively secret vassals of House Calypsa, or are they secretly working for Massetti? Or do we not know at the beginning? Your rivals.
I think working for Massetti, because Massetti are the people trying to take over.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Good. Excellent.
yeah, set up as a smuggling operation to undermine House Calypsa. Now they're putting on maybe putting on a legitimate facade. Maybe.
Yeah, I like it. I'm sorry, I was writing down. I'm
No, no,
nodding and
no,
writing
no.
down.
That's fine. That's fine.
Sweet. All right, I'm gonna circle away from the map. I see we have very little time, so I do want to ask this question. Do you guys want a president, NPC, a president, dead, and but I feel like we've done that in last
Yeah.
year when we did that. So the dead president, well, it wasn't dead, it was arrested president. Um, Off-world president. So do you want the president to be actively engaged, the NPC who's like telling you guys what to do and maybe doing things that'll piss off the vice president and others? Or do we want the power vacuum thing? I feel like we played with that really, really well, and I don't
Yeah.
want to repeat it. So,
Yeah, active president's cool.
okay, active
Yeah.
president sounds good. Do we
Let's
want to go with a human or a Herglick for our president? Herglics are the like whale people. They are native to the Tapani area and accepted, but also rare because birthing is hard for Herclicks. They are giant individuals, or also human. Human could totally be a thing. We could go with the like trope of, fallen noble kind of thing.
Yeah.
We could do a lot of things with the president.
Yeah, and they can play with like the power, the status thing there. Like we're supposed to be outlaws, but like you're still kind of like a rich boy dick.
Definitely prefer human president. I think
Okay,
the
sounds good.
Herglics are cool, but I feel like then they're a Herglic and not.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
So we've played around with why don't we have the president in past games? We played around with why isn't the president here? Oh, he's off world, he's in prison or something like that. Why isn't this president a PC? Why isn't he super active and going out? Is it because he's a noble and he's lazy, or is he just a jerk and just tells everybody to do his work for him?
Oh, that's like if he's like a noble and like he's not really like into like being a criminal. Like he's like, oh, this is like his. He's just like a poser. He's like, oh, I'm like I ran this club. My dad bought me this biker club or whatever.
God, that sounds oh so offensive.
And we put
why
up with
would we
him.
put up with that?
We
Because he
put up with
funds
him
us.
because he
Yeah,
brings us good deals.
yeah,
So I
So it's
think
legitimate business also.
Fade's the real president that we all kind of,
yeah.
respect,
Right.
but we don't
Yes.
respect the president that we have in name. So we need a good picture and a name for this guy
Yeah, but he
because
has
we're all gonna hate him.
authority over us still. But
Yeah.
yeah, I love it.
This
Oh,
reminds me of a college situation where there had to be a teacher to sign off on the student organization, right? And she signed off on it and like was never there. And it was actually a good thing for this. But yes, like on paper, the president of the club is whoever.
But
But
I,
yeah,
I want to push back a little bit on this because it makes it feel like we're not actually a swoop gang. It feels like we're a warehouse crew that also rides swoop bikes because it feels like we lose legitimacy as a swoop club if we just let whoever be president. but
Mhm.
he could be like the owner of the, like on paper, owner of the legitimate business, and the president is in his pocket.
Yeah.
But
That
I
makes
feel like
sense.
the
Yeah.
president has to be someone who has actually advanced through the club. Otherwise, it feels like half the members would just leave and
Mm.
not put up with.
That's a fair
That's a good
pushback.
point.
That's fair. That's fair. Um,
But I do like having the brainless noble as our nominal like figurehead and kind of our boss.
Yeah.
But I
I just like the like image of him like being a like the sweater around the neck bad guy from an 80s movie. Like the
Um,
pop collar.
yeah.
so the thing I like pushing towards is an antagonistic relationship between the president and the rest of us.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Um, so maybe he worked his way up, but once he got to be president, he's lazy. But why do we put up with the lazy president? Because he has connections to get us jobs.
Hmm.
I mean, if he weren't going out and proving his worth, there's got to be some reason that we put up with it.
yeah.
But I
Yeah, I
like the
think
fact that
yeah.
we hate that president guy.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
hate him, but we
Yeah.
barely tolerate him.
Mhm. It's good to have. It's fun to have like an unstable situation
Yeah, yeah.
with the leadership.
All right. Um, we'll continue to play with that. We're getting near end time, and I'm trying to be respectful of that. So we'll need to figure out our club president. This is fantastic. Ripe with ideas. Thank you so much for all this fun map discovery and creation. And where we're at is pretty exciting. So we'll just go through a quick round of wishes, thoughts of things that you're interested in to explore, particular scenes that you maybe want to start with. That was interesting. It didn't autofill that I didn't really need. Oh. Um, so who's got particular wishes? If you don't have any wishes because you're just like, yeah, I'm happy, this is fine. Play it as it lies. That's cool too.
I'll start with a wish. I'm a big fan of in media res, so I want to see kind of we drop into a fight,
Mm.
or we're in the middle of a uh, nightclub with stuff going on, or we're in the middle of a raid on our bikes, something like that.
Run gone wrong or something.
Love it.
Ooh.
It's
Oh
a great
yeah.
wish.
Like on the run from a botch job.
More of a whole series wish. I want to see Crash do the Black Run,
Yeah.
and um, uh, that's just
It's a good
that's
one.
something fun that came out of the world building. That's it.
Fun. Kay or Undesh?
Yeah, I want to see the tension between our legitimate business and the illegitimate business, um, and definitely something happening with the president. Not, I don't mean something happening with, but having that situation be ongoing and developing.
Cool.
I'm excited to get techie. But I'm bummed. It's not a role I've typically played before, and I'm looking forward to trying to figure out how to have this character stick their foot in their mouth quite a bit. So that'll be fun, and I'm excited for we just created so many fun places that I
Yeah,
can't
Mhm.
wait to just hit the details on.
It's really cool. It's the most like map focused world creation I've ever done, and it's pretty enticing. I like it.
Yeah. That's
Uh,
this is a fun game all by itself.
yeah,
Yeah, honestly, this is yeah.
I
absolutely.
love that Mark's background character and Steve's background character in the same bar. It's
Mhm.
just
But flipped, so it's the same room.
It's so cute.
it's
If
adorable.
we
I'm
can
gonna
get
have
our
to
Zoom
move you
windows
guys.
lined up right, we can.
I'm gonna move you together. There we go. Oh my goodness, it's perfect. So good.
So
I
funny thing about this is one of the Disney cantinas. That's where I got this.
Mhm.
I had to move her over because there's a person in a Mickey Mouse thing behind his shoulder. And I was like, I gotta cover this kid.
Yeah, you got to cover that part of Oga's Cantina. That's great.
So another funny thing about your background, Greg, is whenever you turn to look, I guess maybe at a monitor or you've got a mic over there or something, you
Yeah.
turn to one side and it actually at some point out of this corner of my eye it looked like you were kissing your character.
No, I'll keep that in
Yeah.
mind. Maybe I'll flip.
No,
Maybe
it
you
was
will.
fine. It was just what? Oh, okay. Yeah. Huh.
Oh, this is delightful. I cannot wait for more. Thank you so much for all of this brilliant creativity you have brought to this setting. I can't wait for more Ashmorai, but I will wait a whole week. With that, we will bring this recording to a close. Thank you
Well,
all so much. Oh,
I have one
mhm.
thing. As a star, I want to say the amount of work that you put into this for the world building, the map areas,
Yeah.
Yeah.
here's all this stuff about the world. I could tell you put a lot of work into it. I noticed where you put, the swoop bikes and that kind of stuff. I hadn't noticed all the world building stuff you did. It's it was very good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yay. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad.
Yeah. Kudos especially to you, especially because you called yourself lazy jamming, playing earlier. And I was like, bullshit.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Excellent. Love it all. Can't wait for more, but I will have to, as shall you. With that, we'll bring this recording to a close. Thank you all so much.
Bye.